What's up, everybody? ShonnyDman here, and welcome back to another episode of Nerd Talk with ShonnyDman. I hope you guys are doing great, and we are joined by another guest all the way from the West Coast. So please introduce yourself to us and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Sunflower. I've been cosplaying since 2017, I think.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't really have too much to say about myself, except I'm from California. And
Okay.
when I cosplay, I do some foam work, I style my wigs, and I make my own cosplays, sewing them.
Nice, nice. So we've been chatting for the past couple of weeks, and I'm very glad to have her on. I enjoyed her cosplays; they're all very unique, and I enjoyed everything that she puts out. You on your Instagram earlier today, you put out a Raven cosplay that
Mm-hmm.
I like. That was really
Yeah, I'm
cool.
wearing her.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. You do. Yes, you're wearing the Raven cosplay too.
Hmm.
So you said you started. So 2017 is
Yeah,
when you said
forever
you
ago.
started, right?
Yep,
Okay.
2017, 2018, pretty much.
Okay. What got you in? What got you started with cosplay?
So a little funny, but it was my friend was cosplaying and they wanted me to just put on some body paint.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'm not here for it, but I'll try. And I got full body paint, gray up. It was kind of funny. And I realized how much I liked looking so different. And yeah, I never stopped.
Okay.
And here I am, doing it on my own completely.
Oh man. And so you did. So you 2017, 2018. Did you not do any for 2019? And
Oh no, I that's when I started, but I've
oh, okay,
definitely
okay,
been cosplaying. I feel like I got more serious in
okay,
2020, and 2022 is when I started wanting to go more into making and building,
okay.
when I got more confidence in my own skills.
Right, right. So how? So how? So what? How many cons have you been to out that way? Or
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Um, up at this point now, oh, I go to maybe about 4 or 5 a year,
oh
and
wow.
it's been what, maybe 5 or 6 years, so maybe 20, 30.
Okay,
I couldn't even tell you. That's kind of insane.
yeah, that's a good bit right there.
Makes me
What?
think.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you look back on like on everything that you've done these past couple of years doing your cosplays. So
Yeah, exactly.
for the first con you went to,
Yep.
what was your cosplay of choice?
So my first con I went to, I believe it was Anime Expo, which not the best idea. Anime Expo is overwhelming.
Oh, really?
There's so many people there. And so going there for my first con was interesting, but it was a blast, don't get me wrong.
Right, right.
Um, and so my first cosplay, my friend wrote me into it. She had some extra clothing, and so she was obsessed with the anime Hetalia at the time. And so that's what I did, only once. And then I got into Black Butler, as I feel everyone around that time did.
Right.
And I did Aloise Trancy. So definitely like I was getting into it to see what
Okay.
I like.
Um,
Yeah.
so anime expo, was that so? Because most times I know about like the San Diego Comic Con,
Mhm.
but but that seems a lot more. That's not really as much of cosplaying as it just more as in fan entertainment. Was the one you went to? Is that the same way, or is that one fully cosplay?
So I feel like Comic-Con and like the anime cons,
Mhm.
they're both cosplay aspects, but comic more cosplays than anime more
Right.
cosplays. I mean, they do mingle, but the difference would be Comic-Cons, they're more comics like Marvel and
Mhm.
DC and Star Wars and stuff like that. And anime are the other styles like Studio Ghibli or Genshin Impact or any kind of anime shows, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know. I think I was. talking with somebody a while back, and we were talking about Comic Con and or San Diego Comic Con, and they were talking about how like it's not as many cosplayers that go. I think it's just primarily because that's the time where Marvel kind of showcases a lot of
Yeah.
the new stuff coming out, so it's a lot more fans going than it is cosplayers. And so I was just very curious if the Anime
Yeah.
Expo was the same way.
I've never really been to too many Comic Cons. I think the only one I've been to was Fan Expo, but that was more of a mixture between anime and comic.
Okay. Oh, okay. Um, so you've primarily been in California. Have you thought about going anywhere outside of California for cons
So I
or?
have.
Oh, okay.
I fly for free. I'm very privileged for that.
Oh, okay.
And so I've been to Holiday Matsuri, which is in Florida. Um, and I've been to Colossal Con East, which is in Pennsylvania, and Colossal Con Texas, the brand new one that's like a year old, maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah, I wanted to go to Katsucon, but it's expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Doing
Uh,
out of state kind of
oh,
cons
yeah.
can
Yeah.
get a little bit pricey.
Oh, yes. I can definitely understand that. Um, because I know a friend of mine who was a guest on here. She lives in Texas, but she's coming over to Atlanta, Georgia for Dragon Con. And
Ooh.
let's see. Then I had let's see, who was it? I had somebody on a couple of weeks ago. Their cons that they go to are all based out in the kind of Pennsylvania area,
Hmm.
maybe Virginia in some parts. And so let's see. And I'm trying to remember where. There's one I know. She goes to some in Ohio or Indiana, and then there's one I
Hmm.
know that goes to one of. Well, actually, there's two I know that goes in Florida. So all over the place. No,
Yeah.
I haven't really been to many cons. I've been to one that was probably about like 45 minutes from me. But I only
Which one was
went
it?
just because my friend wanted to go. And I mean, it was fun. It was really cool to see everybody just have fun and do the things that they love. But so officially I'm going to Dragon Con this year. Uh, and so I'm very excited for that. I'm going for my own
Oh
purpose, but
yeah.
also YouTube content purposes as well. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, I have a few friends going to Dragon Con and they tried roping me into it. But I'm like, I
Oh,
have other cons I'm going to. I can't do all of them.
is that's true? That's true. So tell us about your cosplays that you've done. What all, for those who may not be
Oh,
familiar with you,
mm.
what all cosplays have you done so far?
Wow. Okay, that is a question. I like to do a whole bunch, anything that really makes me feel cool or pretty or, all
Okay.
that stuff. So I've done Mina Ashita from My Hero Academia, Uraraka, Toga Himiko, from all those from My Hero Academia. And I've done from Genshin Impact, Zhangling, Yamiko, and Ganyu.
Okay.
I've done Fawn from Pixie Hollow, which is definitely a different one. Elizabeth in different outfits from Seven Deadly Sins. Leafeon, my own original version from Pokemon.
Oh, I think I've seen
Elaine
that
from Seven Deadly Sins. A whole bunch. A few Studio Ghibli ones like Sophie and Mononoke. I could go on.
Oh man. So that's a lot. So, and
Yeah,
I so when it comes to anime, I'm not that delved deep into anime.
I
The
understand.
anime that I grew up with, like I know about Hero Academia, Full Metal Alchemist, and some of that. But like
Mhm.
for me growing up, um, I grew up with like, even though I didn't watch it, I kind of grew up with it. But I grew up with like the original Gundam.
Okay.
There's Inuyasha,
Hmm.
Yu Yu Hakusho, Cowboy Bebop, and then
Yeah.
some
Those are some great
random,
ones.
yeah, there's some random animes that I just came across at times. There's this one I remember younger I used to watch come out from school. It's called Van Dread. I don't know if anybody knows anything about it. It was
I
like
don't
a
think I've heard of that one.
random. Yeah, it was a show. So I had DirecTV growing up, or I mean, I still do have DirecTV, but they actually had a channel I'm pretty sure that was maybe dedicated to animation, and so that was like one of the shows that would come on like after I come home from school. It was interesting. It was an interesting show. But so what's you've done so many cosplays. Which one? So which one was the easiest for you to do,
Mm.
and which one gave you the most fits when it came to making?
Okay, that's hard.
Okay.
Easiest would probably be like a bathing suit, like just putting a bathing suit on and then a wig. Because I mean, come on, you can just take that off and then you're not even cosplay anymore.
Right. That's true.
Um, the one that gave me the most anx irritations and fits was probably my Jinx from Arcane. Um, basically, I tried my own, I make my own patterns, and I tried my luck at using a pattern that someone else made. And that was my worst mistake because
Oh.
I had to remake it basically using my own patterns where I wrap myself in cellophane and then wrap it around in duct tape, put some Sharpie down to where I like it, and then cut that off. Otherwise, I really can't use store-bought patterns. I never been able to.
Right.
So yeah, Jinx is my biggest issue since it's not my full-time work. Cosplay. She took me a year and she shouldn't have, but because
Okay.
it's only when I have time.
Okay. So with you
Love
making your own, material and things like that, do people ever reach out to you on advice on if there was a certain cosplay they were kind of interested in? Do they like if they're familiar with you and follow you? Do they reach out and like, hey, what do you think about this? How should I go about that? Do you ever get those
yeah.
kind of questions?
I I usually get a lot of people messaging me about wigs, about wig styling. Because they see my posts sometimes and they're all, how did you do that, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll give them advice.
Okay.
I do have tutorials up on my Patreon as well for people who are curious. And mainly though, because I was getting some friends asking about crafts, I started doing crafting sessions for only for certain people. And so um, basically all of us can figure out how to do something together. And I have a few people, but not too many who reach out. Usually it's
Okay.
wigs.
Oh, just primarily wigs. Okay. Okay.
Primarily wigs, but I do have some sewing because I've been doing that for so long.
Okay. Hmm. Um, so your Patreon, you've had it for a while.
Hmm.
Great cosplays on there that you've done over the
Thank
years as
you.
well. I've enjoyed them all, and then you also have prints available.
I
Uh,
do on my KoFi a
so that's
million different
oh yeah,
ones.
that's very cool. So all
Yeah,
this helps you further your your cosplaying love. It helps you find the
exactly.
materials and things like that. I'm sure you have a great big following of fans because you do such good work. Um,
I really appreciate that.
no problem. Yeah,
Cosplay is
no problem.
expensive, and I can
Oh
tell
yeah,
you probably most cosplayers like myself are broke.
yeah,
It's not a cheap hobby, and so anything I can do to help profit and continue my passion, I'll try. Selling
yeah.
prints or having my side Patreon with exclusives, whatever works.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, hey, you do what you do what you love,
Do what you
and
gotta
and
do.
yeah, and so cosplaying is what you love, so you'll do what you can to, definitely further that. Um, so far of doing the series has been just very very fun because
Hmm.
each person that I've had on has been very unique in their own cosplays and the way they go about things.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting to just like look at everybody's different perspectives and different uh, times at cons that they've done. Because I mentioned this to somebody on one of the episodes. I said because growing up, I didn't know anything about cosplayers, and then when they kind of came into my view, I thought these guys was weird. I thought cosplayers were weird, and even though I did have some friends who were cosplayers as well, I was just like, you guys are weird. But growing up and like, you're like, you guys are all right. You're not too bad. You're pretty good people.
Yeah,
Um,
do what makes you happy, you
oh
know?
yeah,
If that means looking weird and everyone else is judging you, who cares? I can't tell you how many times I go out in public and cosplay and people stare. And I'm like, hey,
yeah,
I'm the main character right now.
yeah. Do you get
Literally in my
so
cosplay.
when you go to cons? I just now thought about this. Do you get like a lot of, hey, yeah, I want to take, can I get your picture, that kind of thing, or just probably fans who follow you that go to the same con? Does that happen a good bit?
Yeah, it does. It happens more when you're in a very recognizable cosplay.
Oh, okay.
So when I'm like saying my boozette, it's not very recognizable because it's more of an original design. So I don't get too many people coming up. But say when I was in my toga at Stack Anime Winter, I couldn't move 5 feet. It was funny because it's a whole build. It's like I couldn't go in the artist alley because I was so wide. I
that's
always love those.
that's crazy. So would you ever? I don't know. Have you had your own booth before? Is that something?
So I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Basically, I wanted to make myself better in cosplay as well as just myself in general before I started doing that kind of aspect because I know how much work that is. And so I actually am. So next week is a con called Anime Gaming Expo or Anime Fuse. It has two names. It's in
Okay.
Fresno, and I'm going to be guesting as a booth there.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
super excited. And so I'm trying to figure it all out. Apologies if you can hear my dogs, by the
That's
way.
completely fine. So, how many cosplays do you have to plan out? Because I'm not sure how long each of these individual cons are. How many cosplays do you have to plan out in advance to make sure you're kind of covered for the days that you're
Hmm.
there?
So it really depends if you're going for fun, you're going for looks, you're going for your
Oh,
mask like a cosplay contest. So depends on the con too. So Sac Anime, I brought one cosplay a day. I actually debuted two there, and I was like, I cannot believe I did that. Um, or like Holiday Matsuri, where it's you have to fly so far, you can't bring a lot.
oh yeah.
But I did very simple cosplays for that, but I did two a day, and that was insane but fun. Um, so it really depends. I have some friends who did a cosplay contest, and so basically they only brought like two so that they had just that cosplay for the competition and
Mm,
wearing it because of how proud they were of them for making it. So
okay.
yeah, it really depends on what's going on.
'Cause I know, like with Dragon Con, it's like it's a 5 day event, and
Oh
so
wow.
I'm just like, yeah, so you're probably got to like bring a cosplay for
Five
those
cosplays if
five
you did.
days. I mean, I was like, I don't know if I would be interested in doing that. So,
Oh, you don't have to.
oh
The
yeah,
thing is, putting up like making you do anything. You can even wear one cosplay for all 5 days,
oh really?
and that would be awesome. Oh yeah, who cares?
That's true.
Do what makes you happy, and if that one cosplay makes you ecstatic, heck, all 5 days.
So today also, by the way, obviously you did a Raven
Mhm.
upload to your Instagram, but you also, I
Yep.
believe, if I remember right, you also got you're above 6,000 followers. I think
I
that's
just
right.
yeah, I hit 6,200
Okay,
today.
there it is.
So that
Yes,
was cool.
yeah. So
Yeah, I'm
hey,
always
listen,
grateful and very privileged for what I have
hey,
and for the support I get.
yeah, moving up in the
So
world. It
it's
looks
exciting.
like.
Going up in the world.
Exactly. So to take a side note from the cosplays, let's tell us a bit more what you're in, other than cosplays. What
Yeah.
else are you interested in?
Well, I'm a master's candidate, so in cell and molecular biology. So that's
Oh
mainly what
wow.
I do all the time. Research. So cosplay on the side, science on the main.
Oh, that is
So
wow.
I consider myself a scientist, and so I almost done. And other than that, both of those mainly take up all my time. But
Oh yeah. Oh,
other
I
than that, I
bet.
try to go schooling.
So how much longer with that until you're completely done?
So my master's, I have 4 more months
Oh,
until I defend. So that means I have to make sure that my thesis, my research is accurate and correct to graduate. And I have a set of judges who tell me that. And then after that, I've already applied to PhD programs, so I'm waiting to hear back from them. If I get into my PhD, six-ish more years.
oh
And
wow.
if I don't, I go into biotech or astrobiology, and then just to build up some work experience before a PhD. I've got a whole plan.
Oh yeah, it sounds like it. That's
Yeah, I could
what
go
got
on and
you.
on
What got
about
you
it.
into that?
Okay, kind of funny. So when I was a kid, I was obsessed, still am, with zombie apocalypse movies. And
Okay,
I realized in every movie there was one thing that was consistent. The two main style of people who survived were either soldiers or scientists. And I wasn't going to become a soldier. I don't think I have the capability of that.
right.
So it's like, okay, scientist. I originally wanted to be a marine biologist, but again, zombie apocalypse, even though it's probably never going to happen, that was my mindset. And marine biology didn't pay much when I was looking it up. So I was like, okay, cell biology fits both of those criteria, money and the zombies. So that's how I got into this field.
Okay,
And now,
okay.
but I love it nonetheless.
So were you into like shows like The Walking Dead? Um,
The
and
Walking Dead, World War Z.
uh,
I watched the spoof show of The Walking Dead too, whatever it was called, the blue guy. I loved it.
Fear the Walking Dead. I think it's wait no, there was the Fear the
What was
Walking
it
Dead. There was
called?
another one I think.
There's so many. Train to Busan,
Oh yeah,
like The Last of Us, the new show that just came out. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm really excited to start watching
really?
it.
Okay, listen, that's pretty good. I think for someone of what you're doing, you will definitely find it interesting. But oh, yeah, I do love a good zombie. I really do. I really love World War Z.
Oh
Um,
yes, the
I
running
love The
one.
Walking Dead up to like a certain point, and then I kind of
It
like
gets redundant.
just fell out of
It's
it.
less zombie, more like interacting between societies.
Yeah, it kind of just it lost my interest at that point. Um,
I'm still watching it, but hey,
oh,
honestly, I
listen,
do see what's
to each their
the
own.
point. Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
what's the let's see, Dawn of the Dead.
I don't think I watched that one. I think it's called Shaun of the Dead.
Oh yeah, yeah, kind of like the comedy parody version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Dawn of the Dead is good. Um, actually, now I think
There's a
about this.
couple that were like Korean dramas that were really good, but I'm not sure what the names were.
Oh,
There's so many out
yeah.
there. I don't care how close they are or cliche. I will watch every single.
Yeah, that's like really how I feel when it comes to like horror movies because honestly, I love a good cheesy B-rated horror movie. Like just like you get I just love it. I was like I know it's just terrible acting, terrible stuff, terrible writing, but I just enjoy it. It's just I don't know what it is, but those are just great to watch. Um so other than cosplay and you're in studying in science, what
Mhm.
about do you do any video games in your spare time? Anything like
I
that?
try. Yeah, I have a few. I'm obsessed with Stardew Valley, and Moon Hunters, Animal Crossing,
Oh,
anything that's PC or Switch, because I don't own anything else.
oh, that's fair. That's fair. That's understandable.
Yeah.
Um, Animal Crossing. That was such a train for people.
Oh my gosh, from the beginning of 2020 when with like the pandemic and staying at home orders and everyone was playing Animal Crossing,
Yeah.
that's when I got started too.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Because for most people that I've had on, uh, 2020 was when they really got into cosplaying.
Hmm.
So I was like, oh well, look, the pandemic's peaking. Well, I mean, there was really not much to do anyway, and so you kind of had to find an interest in something. And so a lot of people found cosplays, and so
Yeah. I mean, you're
um,
stuck at home anyway.
it's true. Yes. Uh, exactly. Um, so cosplaying, you do play games in your free time. You're,
Try my best.
you're very much into science.
Oh yeah, always.
Um, let's see, favorite. Okay, how about favorite TV series that you've watched?
Oh, TV series. I'm not sure. I couldn't give you an actual answer to that, but right now I'm watching Game of Thrones. No spoilers because
Oh,
I'm
okay, fair.
pretty far into it, but I haven't finished it. So I don't know at what points this one.
Yeah, I
It's good though.
yeah I watched Game of Thrones had been out for a couple of years now. By the time I got around to
Yeah.
it, and so I think by the time I got around to it, season 8 was just coming out, and so I ended up like kind of binge watching all of it, and then get to season 8, and now we have House of the Dragon, um,
Hmm.
which is pretty good. Um, what else is there? So Game of Thrones. Who's your favorite character? So how many seasons are you in?
I'm not sure how many seasons, maybe season 6 right now.
Okay,
Um,
okay, you're getting close to the end of it. So
yeah,
far, who is your favorite character?
Daenerys, Khaleesi.
Okay,
She's my favorite. I think that's like many people's
yeah.
favorites, but I just love her.
Who's your least favorite?
Okay. Um, I don't remember okay, obviously he's dead now, but the boy king, whatever his name was,
Oh,
who was
Joffrey.
just a piece of trash. Yeah, Joffrey. Hated him. I'm glad he died. I'm saying that straight up. Otherwise, anyone who's alive still, I'd have to probably say the youngest daughter, whatever her name is. I'm blanking. Um, the one who wants to become nobody.
Oh, Arya
Uh,
Stark.
Arya Stark. Thank you. Um, I don't know. Her personality kind of gets on me, but she's having a character development and a little bit of like a redemption arc, and I'm starting to be okay with her.
Okay,
But
all right.
yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, it's a pretty good show. It's a very I do enjoy it a lot. Season 8, you have to just watch it and come up with your own determinations of it. But
I heard that season 8, they just wanted to end it, and so it's not
it
really,
doesn't.
it's
Yeah,
rushed.
yeah, yeah. A lot of it just doesn't make sense, and it's just. I mean,
Okay.
it is what it is. And so, but a lot of
It
people are
takes.
hoping. Oh yeah, I mean, it's such a good show. I don't know if I would rewatch it just because I typically don't. It depends on the show. I will
Yeah.
rewatch a series like Community, for instance. Uh
Community.
yeah. Have you ever heard of Community?
Oh, I've
Oh
never heard
my
of Community.
gosh. Oh, I love Community. It's on if you have Netflix, it's on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's such a hilarious show. I I love it.
What's it about?
So it's about a group of the group changes as the seasons go on, but it's a group of like 6 characters who all end up at a community college.
Okay.
One is a lawyer who had a fake degree, so he has to go back
Mhm.
to college to get a real degree. Uh,
Okay.
One is a former football star who was supposed to go to a big time college. That didn't happen. He's
Hmm.
at community college. And then, Chevy Chase. I don't know if you've ever heard of the actor, but he's in it. He's just this
Okay.
old billionaire that's at college. Not really a good explanation for him.
Love
Uh,
that.
yeah. Have you ever watched Drake and Josh?
Oh, I love Drake and Josh. Yeah. Okay.
The woman that plays Helen, she's in this.
Oh, okay.
What's another? And then the others are just Donald Glover, he's in this,
Okay.
and then Allison Brie. I don't know if you've heard of her.
I'm not very good with names. I have
That's
to see
fine.
faces.
That's completely fine. But it's such a hilarious show. They just got they announced a couple of weeks ago that they're doing a movie, which was a running thing for the series because I think it was in season 4, maybe 5. There was this running joke where uh, everybody kept saying 6 seasons and a movie, and so the show
Mhm.
ended like several years ago, and everybody's been waiting for a movie, and they just announced that they're going to do a movie.
Oh, okay.
So
There
there's
you
six
go.
seasons of Community, and now we're getting a movie.
Kind of
So,
reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender. They're getting a movie soon for
oh
it.
yeah, the live
I'm so
action
excited.
series, the part one for the live action series, I think comes out this year.
I believe that one does. They have like a whole timeline of
Yeah. Oh
what's
yeah.
coming out.
Yeah, I
And then I
saw
think
that
it's
on
next year that
Twitter,
it's the
I think.
movie.
Yeah, because I
Oof.
think like in 2 years, I think in 2025, that's when we're supposed to be getting like a new Avatar show.
Oh my
Um,
goodness, yes. I think it's based off of an
yeah,
Earth-based Avatar.
yeah.
That's
So that's
exciting.
yes, I'm very excited for it. This live action Avatar. Get that bad taste of the movie version. That's
Yeah.
just very
Oh
terrible.
gosh, I hope they do a good job with this
Oh yeah,
series if it's live action.
exactly. Yes, it's just so awful. But I'm very excited for that. Um, I do. I do. I love that Last Airbender. I'm okay with Korra, and it's fine here and
Hmm.
there. I'm okay with it
I
though.
like Legend of Korra was really good, but I did prefer The Last Airbender.
Right.
I That one was better to me, but Korra was still good.
Let's see, and then
They
I,
had
I
their
am
own
upset
little
with
thing.
HBO though, because they just canceled Doom Patrol and Titans,
Oh,
so that sucks. But
yeah.
I mean,
They keep changing all the stuff they have,
they
and
are.
it's
It's crazy.
nothing you can do about it. And hope they put something else that's good on.
Yeah, it's kind of like Netflix because Netflix has this habit of like canceling their good shows after like one season.
Yeah.
It was just
Oh,
I
I'm
hate.
so upset. There's a show I was really into called Sense8 on there that they canceled after the
Oh yeah,
first
this
season.
I didn't watch it, but I knew it was on there. I didn't see because what else was it? Because there was a show Mindhunter that was on there.
Hmm.
Love that
Sounds
show.
familiar.
It's got if you know the show Criminal Minds, it
Yeah.
kind of follows that
Okay.
formula. But
Okay.
it was so good. I really loved it, but they canceled it. There's some other shows that they canceled too that a lot of people like, but they keep like
Mhm.
they're terrible shows. They keep renewing those, and it's just yeah. I don't.
Philip.
It's just always something. I guess it's goodness. Um, and then let's see movies. I'm very excited for some movies that are coming out this year. I went and saw Megan a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet. Is it
Oh
good?
yes, it's
It
good.
seems
Oh
silly.
man, it's really good. They've already announced a sequel to it.
Oh,
Uh,
wow. Okay.
it's very good. I don't care to see Avatar, James Cameron's
It
Avatar.
was amazing.
Okay,
It
you
was
saw it.
amazing. I loved it. It was long. It's
Yeah,
long. Uh, so be prepared, but
yeah.
it's beautiful.
I
Like the cinematography was amazing.
the first one came out when I was I think a sophomore or junior in high school, and
Hmm.
so and now he just came out with this one, and I'm just kind of like, I mean, I don't really care to see it now, just because. I mean, when it comes on Disney Plus,
There
I'll
you
watch
go.
it then just to check it out. But
There you go.
it's not at my top of movies.
Yeah, when I first watched the second movie, I watched the first movie like when it first came out.
Right?
So I don't remember half of it because I mean it's been so long.
Yeah.
And so my sister was with me and she had watched the first movie right before watching the second movie. So she was caught up and I kept asking her so many questions about what the heck is going on.
Because we
Couldn't
watched
help
so the
it.
first time we watched the first movie, it was for Earth Day, which was an interesting
Oh,
choice for a movie for that particular kind of day. But hey, we got out of class and we got to watch a movie until it's time to
yeah.
go home. So
And apparently there's supposed to be 5 movies, so
Yeah, so it's gonna be
that'll
a
be
lot.
cool.
Okay. Definitely. But other than that, guys, I think we're gonna wrap this episode up. I appreciate Sunflower for coming on. As per usual, you
Thank you for
guys,
having me.
uh popping up on screen now. Um, ways that you can follow her and support her. And again, if you're not following her Instagram, be sure to do that. She does such great work. I love her stuff. And for those who are listening on podcasts, can tell us where they can follow you and support you.
Yeah, for sure. If you want to do Instagram, it's Sunflowercos, like COS. TikTok, it's the same thing, but there's a period at the front of the name, so period Sunflowercos. Twitter is _ Sunflowercos _ trying to keep the name same.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you can find the rest of all of my stuff if you go into any of those places and just look at the links.
Most definitely. And as per usual, you guys, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Comment below. We are up on the channel now. We are finishing up. We're getting ready to finish up our Star Wars Battlefront 2 series. And then we'll be taking a week off, and we'll be jumping in with Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Halo Reach. So plenty of things going on the channel right now. As per usual, thank you guys for watching and listening. You guys have a great week, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.